I asked, where did stuff come from? The key question of all is, why is there anything at all? And we really are left with only three options that to me make any sense whatsoever. And I read people like Paul Davis and so on who divides these three into 9, but they're all basically the three options. One is what most scientists, in fact what Bertrand Russell believed. He believed it absolutely, that matter was eternal, and that everyone believed that and accepted it, that the universe didn't have a beginning. And the Big Bang kind of blew that one apart. So Russell in that sense is very, very dated. But you can believe that matter is eternal. You can believe that matter was created and came into being. Or you can believe that matter self-generated out of nothing. Now the third option is farcical in logical terms. So it's one of those two. You either, as John Lennox says, you either believe that matter, your mind, came from intelligent mind, or it came from mindless matter. And I don't see any other way around that.
Yeah, see, and this is part of the problem. You know, everything that you've talked about here is you looked at it and you came to this, you can't see any other conclusion, and then you list the options. And the option that you failed to include, one which addresses something you raised earlier, is that we don't know what the answer is. 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 We don't know what the answer is.
The biggest misconception on atheism is that atheism is, in a phrase, I don't know. Atheism is, in a phrase, I don't know. And
I thought that was agnostic.
No. Agnostic, it's two different things. Agnostic answers the epistemological question about knowledge. Can we have knowledge? And then you're agnostic if you think two ways to look at it. One, you don't know, but more accurately, you can't know. There are questions you cannot know.
Okay.
There are questions that are beyond us that we can't know. Once you don't know, you don't actively believe. So I use the word atheist out of respect for my Christian friends who believe that belief is active. So if I don't have an active belief, then I am an atheist. So the question agnostic answers is, can it be known? And then the question the atheist answers is not, is there a God? It's, do you believe in God? Do you actively believe in God? So I don't know is the answer. So as soon as you say, how did the world get here? And I answer, I don't know. Even though scientists have got a lot of information, I still don't know. I'm not even sure what's in my refrigerator.
Okay.
Is the question really, and like a scientist, Nobel Prize winning scientist like Peter Mehta would say that the question why are we here can't be answered by science, and I don't understand how we can say with such confidence that it can.
Well, what I would say about the question why is, why do you think you have any right to ask it? It's not a meaningful question, except unless you specify the kind of answer you're expecting. As a biologist, it's very easy to answer the question, why do birds have wings, for example? I mean, we can do that in Darwinian terms. If you say, however, why do mountains exist? There are some questions which simply don't deserve an answer. I mean, the question, why do mountains exist? You can give an answer in terms of the geological processes that give rise to mountains, but that's not what you want, is it? You want something about the purpose of mountains. What is the purpose of a mountain? It's a silly question. Doesn't deserve an answer. The mere fact that you can ask a question, the mere fact that you can frame a question in the English language, doesn't mean that it's entitled to an answer. If I say to you, what is the color of jealousy? It's a perfectly grammatical English sentence, but it's not a question that deserves an answer. The correct answer is, don't ask such a silly question.
But is it not part of the human condition to ask these questions?
It may well be part of the human condition to ask silly questions, yes.
We don't know what the answer is.
Atheism is, in a phrase, I don't know.
Well, what I would say about the question why is, why do you think you have any right to ask it? There are some questions which simply don't deserve an answer. You want something about the purpose of mountains. What is the purpose of a mountain? It's a silly question.
Atheism is, in a phrase, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.